Hey, it's Nyla. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I am a full-time working mom with a 3-year-old, and on this channel I like to talk about all things design, specifically focusing on the home, how that impacts our well-being, and just different things that we can do daily to improve that. If that all sounds good to you, please make sure to like and subscribe. I will be releasing videos every Tuesday. So today's agenda, let's go. June goals. So each month I like to map out my goals for that month. Sometimes I get to it, sometimes I don't. Depends on what type of month I'm having. It just really depends, but so far I've been pretty consistent with it, so I do want to continue with it because when I do plan out my goals, it really helps me to stay organized and on top of things, especially with the 3-year-old and working and trying to have some type of leisurely activity in life in between. So having goals really keeps me on track. June 1st will actually mark the start of my 30-day reset, which is something that I like to do at the start of each season just to get ready and refresh and reset my space for the new incoming season. And it also helps me to check in on my goals, see where I'm at, see where I'm lacking, and see where I might need to focus my energies or take them away. So for my June goals, I'm going to go through all of my life categories. And this month specifically, because I have 30 days of activities planned for my monthly reset, I am going to keep it simple because a lot of my reset goals kind of fall into my different life categories. So I'm going to keep it simple and I just want to walk through my goals. Hopefully you can align with some of these goals too, and it'll give you some motivation or inspiration, and we can hold each other accountable for the things that we have planned for the month of June. Starting off with the home category, I have my trusty little notebook here. So for June, starting off with the home category, my goal is to complete this month's project and also to learn a new home DIY skill. So all of these goals tie into my yearly goal. I'm trying to take little small chunks out of my yearly goal until I eventually get to my big goal by the end of the year. I'm not exactly sure what this month's project is going to be quite yet for my home, but I did just do my daughter's room, which has been on my list for a long time, and now that the weather's getting warmer, I'm thinking that I might try to target my outdoor backyard area so that we can have more summer evenings out there. Up next in my personal category, I have do 3 things on my self-care list, create a list of personality traits of the person I want to be, and get back on track with my habit tracker. In my never-ending goal to always better myself and always try to become this person that I want to be, I want to start adapting to that person. So I first want to figure out, what does that person look like? Who is she? What's her day-to-day like? So I want to list personality traits that I feel like I really want to embody and the person that I really want to become. I also started to get kind of lax with my habit tracker. I only set a list of, I believe, like 3 goals for myself because I didn't want to overwhelm myself. And while I was following through with that, I still wanted to track it because I wanted to make sure I was being consistent as opposed to just doing it here and there. I really wanted to track how I'm feeling on those days when I am doing those habits, like for example, drinking 70 ounces of water per day. I really want to check in and see what impact it's having on me. In my health category, I have find an alternative to plastic water bottles, go shopping once per week for 4 weeks, and to contact 2 therapists. So this is physical health and mental health. So the water bottle situation. I have been reading up and trying to live in small ways a cleaner life, but also not to take it too far, overwhelm myself. So this is one simple step that I can take by trying to stop drinking out of plastic and move on to a different water system whether that's some type of filtration system that I have at home, or maybe some type of glassware or something I can buy. So that's on my list, is to find a new water system. I also want to make sure I'm staying on top of my health. I have been trying to keep a low carb diet. I've been meeting with a dietitian once a month, and I've been trying to get my blood work done every year. So my doctor did say last year and then this year again, make sure I watch my carbs. My AC1 was a little bit higher, so I've been trying to watch that and just make sure that I'm keeping things balanced there. And a lot of that has to do with what I have at home to eat, and make sure I'm not just grabbing any type of snacks, but make sure I'm making more mindful choices. So next up, I have finances. So I have here to complete my budget spreadsheet, open a new checking account because I'm tired of my bank, and also look into a high yield savings account for my daughter. So right now I have a couple of checking deposit accounts for her for savings, but I wanted to see if I could potentially get a higher yield savings for her, because it is more of like a long-term savings account that I'm looking for. And I talked to my partner about having a crypto wallet for her, and I think he did end up opening one up for her, which was on last month's goals. So those are my goals for my finances. So for my leisure, I have here planned 4 activities for my daughter, 1 activity at least per week. I have to make sure she's on a schedule where she's able to do activities by herself, where she's able to learn, and where she's occupied, which allows me to work. She will be going to preschool this fall, but for now, this is how I've been able to maintain my work from home schedule along with taking care of her. So that was on my list before, and I'm putting it on there again. I did kind of fall off with that last month, but as we're getting into the summer months, I want to make sure that she is entertained, occupied, and learning. So in my beauty category, I want to try a new eyeliner tutorial. I kind of feel like I always do like these early 2000s wings, which I'm not mad at. Like, it's my signature go-to and I still love it. But there are so many different eyeliner tutorials out there. So I definitely want to try something new. And because it's the summertime, I want to get my braids and then also just buy a new summer dress and shoes. I'm not going to do anything crazy and say like, let me get a whole new summer wardrobe. I'm trying to stay practical with pieces that I really love, and to build more of like a capsule wardrobe instead of just like trendier pieces, although that can be fun too and it has a time and a place. But I do feel like now in my 30s, I'm kind of settling into my style a little bit, and I want to keep exploring that. So for my fitness, I'm actually really proud of myself. I've been doing the gym 4 times a week, and I haven't been doing anything crazy. Like, as long as I do the treadmill like at least 30 minutes, and then I'll do like some weight training exercises, I'm really happy with myself, and I can really feel a difference. My body feels different, my mind feels different. I have different energy levels, so I have that on here to remind myself to stay consistent, do at least 45 minutes in the gym 4 times a week, because it is making a difference. So for my travel category, this summer, which is actually coming up like right now, I've been trying to plan a trip to Canada. We were debating on where we wanted to go: Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City. So I want to make it happen this summer and to go somewhere, but there are moving pieces too. I need to check in with my sister who also wanted to go to Canada. So that is a trip that I'm hoping that we can definitely take this summer. I think it was just last year, I did a solo staycation for myself for my birthday, and I literally just went like an hour from my home, and it was so enjoyable. I mostly stayed in the hotel, but they had a gym, a pool, a hot tub, so I was just making use of the resources there, and I really enjoyed it. So I really want to do that again before the summer's up, even if it's just for like an overnight stay or maybe like 2 days, which is what I did last time. I highly recommend, especially if you're like me, where you have a hard time disconnecting from mom mode In mom life, sometimes you need to like force yourself and remind yourself that you need to take a step back. And I really feel like it's important for us moms to be alone with ourselves sometimes and really do the things that we love and enjoy, and just to help reset and refresh ourselves. Okay, so last up on here, I have my business slash career, which I've been wanting to get my Pinterest up and running, and we are now halfway through the year. It's June. The end of the year is going to be here before we know it, and this has already been one of my goals for a long time now. So I want to make sure now I'm finally moving towards that goal. My background is actually in interior design, and even though I work in marketing now, I still do very much love interior design. So Pinterest, I feel like, is a place where I can really tap into that and just let loose on my creativity. And then also at the same time, I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to help people move into a clearer understanding and idea of things that they actually like. I want to help people make their lives easier, especially for moms like me, where you might want a design that you can just use in your home and you don't feel like thinking about it. So I want to do like these different types of mock-ups, and I want people to have the ability to be able to just purchase these rooms. I know that's not exactly clear right now, but once I get started on my Pinterest boards, I'll make sure to showcase it here just for anybody who might be interested and feel like this is something that could be helpful for them. So those are all of my goals for June. I still have to map out my 30-day reset plan, and like I said, I wanted to keep things a little bit more simple, and I don't want to be hard on myself if I do have to carry things over to the next month. In the past, I've been really hard on myself. Like when I set goals, I'm like, I have to achieve these goals no matter what. But right now I'm in a place of rest and relaxation and say no to burnout. So there's a reason why we're setting these goals for ourselves and why we're doing these things. And right now I'm just trying to remind myself to stay in the moment and to remind myself that the reason I set these goals is to live the life that I'm living now. So sometimes we just need to take a second to actually sit in the moments that we've created and actually enjoy them. That's going to be a wrap for this video. I really hope you found this helpful in some way, and if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.